Let's talk about the Evil Dead Burn trailer, which we just got a trailer for that kind of gives us a little bit more than the teaser we had. Some of the images, which I think are absolutely looking crazy. And I'm excited for this movie a ton. Directed by Sebastian Bibisek, who did the film Infested or Vermin. That is a hell of a movie if you want to watch it, especially if you like those creature features with bugs and so icky and just weird. That's definitely it right there. And this is a new film, Evil Dead Burn, which is going to be the newest in the form of seeing an Evil Dead film every 2 to 3 years. Just like we got Evil Dead Rise, we're getting Evil Dead Wrath after this one. So I'm curious to see how this is going to pay off in the long run for the Evil Dead franchise. And I'm just happy to see them continue to get this like IP going even more. So the new trailer here is pretty much showcasing what they showed at CinemaCon, that footage, as well as some other things that are injected here just for our amusement of seeing the Deadites going bonkers. So let's get into this trailer, what exactly we saw, and where are we going with this movie. So the film says, after the loss of her husband, a woman seeks solace with her in-laws and their secluded family home. As one by one they are transformed into Deadites, turning the gathering into a family reunion from hell. She comes to discover that the vows she took in life live on even in death. The woman is named Alice, and it is the main character, of course, of the film, the one that we see come through the door. And I am excited to get into this film, but one thing I want to note is it seems this family has a tie to this Book of the Dead even more than maybe Alice knew at the time that she got with her husband. We do see the husband's funeral and everything happen, and it seems that her in-laws might be wanting to use her for something. Maybe they had a ritual set up in place, and now that the husband is dead, maybe Alice is supposed to take for his place. We'll see what happens. But pretty much this starts off with the CinemaCon footage where we see a woman loading a dishwasher, pointing with a lot of utensils pointing up. And I gotta ask you, do you put the utensils down or up? I've heard you gotta mix it up or something, but here they're all up. So we already know that things are not gonna look good for whoever's near that dishwasher by the end of the film. So we see the woman loading the dishwasher when she hears something at the front door, and that is Alice, who rushes in, and then we see another man come through as well, and he just looks like he saw the devil itself, and he is just there wondering what the hell is about to happen. We then hear a knock, and when they open the door, boom. First Deadite of the trailer, giving me that Mia vibe as well with the boots and all of that from 2013's Fede Alvarez Evil Dead, which in my opinion is my favorite Evil Dead and I think the best one. If that's not your best one, then it's not. Let me know what's yours in the comments down below. So we know that this whole film is going to take place in this secluded home. We do know that there is a funeral that's going to happen because, of course, Alice's husband dies. We don't know exactly yet how this all happened with her husband and all, but we do know that she is eventually going to make it out here to maybe come to terms with what happened and have sort of like a family reunion to feel much better about all of the things. They just lost a loved one, a son, a brother, her husband. So they're going to want to stick together for a bit. But of course, the Deadites are not going to let that happen. But what I thought was so intriguing in this trailer is that Alice herself is reading from the Book of the Dead. My theory here is maybe Alice thinks that it might be a way for her to communicate with her husband. Maybe she heard of a story of this. We have another character here who tells her that the grandfather sort of knew about the Book of the Dead as well. So, this family might have some secrets that are going to come to light that aren't going to look too good for Mia, and it just might turn into a hell on earth type situation, which we do see in the trailer as well. Like the house is literally engulfed in flames at some point. There is a tall, shadowy figure that could be none other than the devil himself. We also have Deadites on the roof. We have some insane camera shots that I'm loving. That swivel swoosh effect at the beginning of the trailer, incredible. The mirror effect as well, spectacular. And the whole thing with somebody getting a bag over their head and then you realize that Deadite's on top of the roof and that panoramic shot, just absolutely stunning. I am here for this new Evil Dead here. Did anybody else also get some Resident Evil vibes with the whole lake situation going on in the trailer and also the dogs? I think that definitely gave me some vibes of we're about to see some very spectacular shots from this film and I cannot wait. But I am excited to see how this Evil Dead will sort of try to interweave the other ones. I don't think Evil Dead Rise gave us much of that, but I am curious for this one. I am excited. I was a huge fan of Evil Dead Rise the first time I watched it. The second time, it just didn't really hit for me. Maybe I'll give it a third rewatch and we'll see where I land with it. But I still think Fede Alvarez is 2013 is the greatest one out of the franchise. I know I have a soft spot for Evil Dead 2, but I think Evil Dead 2013 is my favorite personally. It doesn't mean that I'm right, that that's the best one. I'm just saying personal opinion here. Let me know yours. But what did you think about this trailer? Are you excited for it? Do you think we're getting back to what exactly Evil Dead needed? Or is this just another one where you're like, I'm gonna wait on it and see what happens? You know, it's a thing. It's a thing. We'll see what happens. Comment below your thoughts and opinions on it. Was this trailer it? I was already sold with the first teaser that they released. I didn't even think we needed another one because this one kind of gives off some of those like shots I would have loved to see later on in the theater, like the missing girl's fingers that we see at the beginning. We do see the clip where that happens here, which just looks crazy, but I think that would have been better saved for a theater experience. I also think the final shot of the guy landing on the sharp object should have been saved for the theater experience because that was pretty gnarly. But I think the cooking of the hot wax was definitely my favorite shot. Just looked absolutely stunning, bizarre, just wild, and I am here for the most horrific Evil Dead, hopefully. Sebastian did say he wanted to make the most fucked up Evil Dead, the gnarliest one, and he might be succeeding with these trailer shots because if this is just in the trailer alone, imagine what's going to happen in the movie itself. Now, I think Fede really took it to the extreme with his, and I think it still holds up a lot. I think there's some shots from Evil Dead Rise, specifically the cheese grater, I think got a lot of people, but I'm curious to see what Sebastian's going to want to do with his Evil Dead and if it's going to land as well. It has a summer release. There's a ton of hype behind it, and we are seated for this one. But anyways, that's my thoughts and opinions on the trailer. Let's talk about theories in another video, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you know when that's going to drop about how this might all interconnect. And as always, that's going to do it for me. 50,000 subscribers is the goal. I'll see all of you next time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow us wherever you can. Stay safe, stay positive.
Cheers to your perfect family.